Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste the Locpreneur. No, I do not do locks, but I am an entrepreneur with locks. So I thought it would be a really great idea to do an updated video of an old video I made about a year and a half ago. And this video was I think like 5 mistakes that I made when I started my Christian clothing line. And I will link it up here for those who have not seen it. But yes, about a year and a half ago, I made a video about some of the top 5 mistakes that I made, and all of the things that I said were completely still relevant. I go for it 100%. There's complete mistakes you should not do when starting any type of brand, any type of business. But I definitely wanted to do an updated video because y'all, that video, it's still getting comments, still getting views, has a lot of great value. But oh my goodness, I looked like I was so nervous in that video. I was speaking so softly, like I was so shy. Child, my shirt was wrinkled like that. I just need to update it with some new information for you all. Some of the top mistakes that I made that I thought of when I had that Christian clothing line. So in this video, let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting with number 1, I used the wrong influencers. Oh my goodness, you guys. Like, yes, influencers are great. I always tell my community to use influencers because they do wonders for the business, but you have to have the right influencer. So mind you, the Christian business that I had was primarily basically talking about, I wanted to create a brand that served that, what was it? Child, it was so long ago. I wanted to create a brand to remind people to live a life that's pleasing to God, right? That was my testimony. I, claimed to be a Christian girl, but I didn't live that Christian life. So I wanted to create a brand to remind us to starve the flesh and to feed the soul, to truly say you love God, show you love God, right? And so I had partnered with an influencer who did not line up with that messaging. Yes, she was a Christian. Yes, her platform was about Christian. She had Bible studies, but she had Bible studies called the Ghetto Bible Study and stuff like that, which didn't line up with what I was talking about and what I wanted my community to truly do. So an influencer like that is not working together, right? So that was a huge mistake that I made when choosing an influencer. She didn't have the same values that I had with my brand. So tip number 1, make sure you're working with the right influencers that line that are like parallel, are exactly the same, have the exact same values, right, that you have for your brand.
Wow, it is hot up here. Ooh. Summertime. I am hot, and this black is not helping.
Moving on. The second mistake that I made when I had my Christian clothing line was, child, I was a bit too confident. I was a bit too confident, a bit too cocky, because why did I think that it was a good idea to go and buy all of this merchandise, buy all of this inventory, and I didn't even know who was gonna buy it? Like, I didn't have an audience. I was still creating an audience. I really thought I was the ish. I really thought I had it going on and everybody was gonna buy my stuff because I made it and like just feeling myself. And mind you, be confident, walk around like you are the ish. Like, hear me out. Like, yes, you are the stuff. But don't go and buy all this inventory yet, especially if you're new and you don't know who's gonna buy it. And y'all, I went and bought, I don't even know how many, too many. I bought too much and I wasn't even able to sell it all. I literally, when I closed my my Christian clothing line, I still had so much inventory. Like, I had to give it away because I really thought everybody was about to be buying it, and I thought people were gonna buy multiples of it. Like, I really thought it was the stuff, and it wasn't. If I could be honest with myself, I mean, it was good, but that's where research and really understanding your target audience, that's where that comes in, because you'll know if they're gonna go for it or not. And I didn't have that research. I didn't have my target audience, so I didn't know. And come to find out, it was a knot, okay? So yeah, number 2 is definitely, I'm not going to tell you not to be confident, but I am going to tell you to not go and buy a whole bunch of inventory, especially if you don't know that your people are going to want it. So I often advise people to start with the print-on-demand company, especially if you have apparel. Don't go and buy the inventory yet. Start with the print-on-demand company. I like to reference Printful. I use Printful. I still use Printful. I'm still selling my shirts. This is like our signature shirt. It is still selling, and I still use Printful because I can use the data. So when I'm prepared to get the inventory, I know, okay, they like this size, they like this color more, I need to get more of this color, I need to get more of this size, this quantity, all that good stuff. So definitely start with Printful. Printify is another good one before you go and buy your inventory. Don't get too confident with the inventory, okay? You heard it here. All right. Next, you guys, the next mistake that I made was my business name was too complicated. So my name, right? My name is Celeste, and I called the business name was Celeste. So like Souleste, Celeste, right? It was cute because it's all about the feed your soul, Celeste, I thought it was cute, but thinking back, literally if someone were to type in Celeste, like they could spell it so wrong on so many ways. And then like I told my friend the name and he was like
Celeste, like, so you don't have a soul, you're soulless. Like,
it's not what it means. I was so offended. I was like, no, that's completely. It was like, stop talking. But I didn't. Even though that was very wise criticism, I was so arrogant and so just annoyed. I didn't want to hear it. But that was sound advice right there. Like, that's literally what he heard. And so if he heard it like that, how many other people would hear it like that? But I wasn't trying to hear it. But that's, again, my arrogant self not being able to listen to sound advice and really understand, like, dang, this is a complicated name. Maybe I should name it something else, right? So that's another thing you want to consider, your business name. Like, is it easy to spell? How many S's does it have? How many, did you change the C to a K? Like, like little things like that. It really matters because it's so hard for people to remember so many things. Like your name, make it simple. Make it as simple as possible, right? So that was another thing, another lesson that I learned. And then lastly, y'all, the last tip that I will share with this video is mockups. Mockups. I used way too many mockups when starting my business, and it's hard to really brand your business when you're using these fake pictures, these fake models, because you're using it. This brand is using it, that brand is using it, this new brand, that old brand. Everybody is using these same models, so it's hard for people to recognize your brand when they see it because they've seen that model on so many other pictures and so many other business pages, right? So I often use these models because, one, again, I was using a print-on-demand company. When I first started, I was using print-on-demand. Then I got cocky and I got my own inventory. But when I first started the Christian brand, I was using print-on-demand pictures or these mock-up pictures. And, yeah, it didn't look real. It didn't look... like you want real people. Use yourself. Use your family. Use your friends. Find influencers who fit your audience, right? And use them to help market your business rather than a fake picture because it doesn't look good. And at this point, we've seen them everywhere. So we all know when you're using a fake picture. So just try your hardest not to use them as often. Try to use your friends, your family, yourself. And do it like that. That's what I would recommend. But I hope this video was super duper helpful. Again, this is the updated version of the first video that I did like a year and a half ago. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely check that one out. It is older, but the value is definitely there. So definitely check that out if you haven't. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this and more. And follow me on Instagram at celestethelocpreneur_. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, you guys.